Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show, where we talk about the biggest issues impacting millennial money, from student loan debt to side hustles to building wealth. We will show you how to get out of debt so that you can build real wealth for the future.
Welcome to the College Investor Audio Show. So glad to have you a part of things today. Today we'll be talking about 529 plan contribution limits. Let's get right to it, shall we? So 529 plans are tax-advantaged plans that allow you to spend money on school-related qualified expenses. These plans are often called 529 college savings plans, but they apply to both K through 12 and college. Qualified expenses include tuition, board, and books. There are over 100 529 plans across the U.S., and 529 plans are state-specific, but for most plans, you don't have to be a resident of a state to invest in its 529 plan. Money that goes into a 529 is after-tax dollars. However, those dollars will grow tax-free. This means tax-free at the federal level. State-level taxing will vary by state, but many states offer 529 plan tax breaks. 529 plans come in two flavors: a locked-in rate, similar to an annuity, and savings plans, which allow you to invest in different funds, earning a variable return. Plans that have a locked rate actually allow you to calculate from day one what your return will be. Plans that allow investing in funds are more dependent on kind of the fluctuations of the stock market. 529 plans have various limits on contributions. States control these limits. So let's look at how contribution limits work. So unlike retirement accounts, the IRS does not impose annual contribution limits on 529 plans. Instead, limits are based on aggregate contributions and controlled by states. This means a person can contribute a large amount in one year as long as it doesn't go over the aggregate limit. Some states do impose an annual limit on contributions. There can also be a few obstacles to making such large contributions in a single year, which we'll get into later. Contribution limits to 529 plans are generally large. They range from $235,000 to $529,000. Most states offer multiple 529 plans, which means that you actually might find plans within the same state that have different limits. The Mo-Able plan, for example, that's Missouri's 529, they have an aggregate limit of $482,000. The most Missouri 529 education plan, which is their direct sold plan, has a limit of $325,000. The Mo-Able is one that does impose a $15,000 a year contribution limit. The Mississippi Able plan is another that has a $15,000 a year contribution limit. So all of that to say that when choosing a plan, you'll want to check both aggregate and any annual limits. Also, don't confuse any limitations that your state of residence may impose if you're investing in an out-of-state plan. Any limits are only imposed by the plan you are investing in. If that is an out-of-state plan, your state of residence doesn't have any say in the contribution limits. Annual gift tax exclusion. This is nice. Any money or property given to someone up to $15,000 per year falls under the annual gift tax exclusion. You'd have to give $11.58 million over your lifetime before you run into gift taxes. You can gift me $11.57 million all you want. Thank you. Contributions to a 529 plan can be used as part of your annual gift tax exclusion as well. Gifts over $15,000 per individual per year will count toward your lifetime excess state and gift exemption. Okay, so 5-year election. Let's talk about that for a second. This actually allows you to contribute up to $75,000 to an individual's 529 plan in a single year while spreading it out over 5 years. For each of the 5 years, you must report the 5-year election on Form 709. This is a great option to use if you anticipate higher expenses during the first year. You'll also be able to take advantage of compounding growth. That's a big deal. So, after all this, you might be asking yourself, how do I choose a 529 plan, for crying out loud? There are a few things to keep in mind when choosing one of these. These plans are always tax-free at the federal level. Some states provide state tax break as well. This means There really aren't any advantages to using a state with no income taxes, like Nevada, Florida, Wyoming, South Dakota, Texas, Tennessee, and New Hampshire. So for states with income taxes, you'll just want to make sure the tax savings are enough to cover the 529 plan fees. If not, keep in mind that you don't have to invest in your state's 529 and that there are over 100 plans available to choose from. Fees are a big consideration with these plans. They include annual account fees, management fees or expense ratio on funds, and load fees, which are less common and should be completely avoided. 529 plans provide matching contributions. Some of these do. Below are a few. Keep these in mind. Scholar Share 529, California. College Invest, Colorado. CHET 520, that's C-H-E-T, CHET 529 College Savings Program, Connecticut. And another one is Learning Quest 529 College Savings Program, Kansas. So 529 plan contribution limits can be a little bit complex, as you can see, but it's best to work with your tax advisor when choosing any 529 plan. If you want to see more on this, head on over to thecollegeinvestor.com. We have tons of resources for you to check out, all in one place, just to help you search a little bit easier. thecollegeinvestor.com. Thanks again for stopping by today, and we will talk to you again very soon. Have a wonderful day.